Tomb Raider. So Polygon writes that Lara Croft's 2 timelines will be unified, apparently. So Crystal Dynamics has plans to unify Lara Croft's 2 canonical timelines as the Tomb Raider franchise observes its 25th anniversary, the studio said in a Twitter video Wednesday afternoon. Official celebrations of Tomb Raider's silver anniversary. Did you know that was called just silver anniversary, Ash? I know you love anniversary, so I just wanted to make sure that you was aware that...
I think I did know that.
Okay, I just want to keep you up because I know you're really into anniversaries at the moment. You like to, which ones matter and which ones don't, because apparently that's up to you and no fucking else. We'll start February 1st, said Megan Marie, Crystal Dynamics community manager. Marie also pointed to the Tomb Raider Netflix animated series, which was also announced Wednesday, which also threads into the official unified timeline. The Tomb Raider anime is set after the events of the video game reboot trilogy, which comprises 2013's Tomb Raider, 2015's Rise of Tomb Raider, and 2018's Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Down the road, said franchise director Will Kerslake, said, quote, "We envision a future of Tomb Raider unfolding after these established adventures," referring to both the core design developed games, 1996's Tomb Raider through 2003's Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness, that classic, and the series in the hands of Crystal Dynamics since 2006's Tomb Raider Legend. Although Crystal Dynamics has no major game announcement to make in the near future, this studio is working to unify these timelines. So honestly, I don't know what the fuck any of this means. And if anyone here can explain to me how the fuck... Do you remember back in the day when things were simple? They were like, we rebooted Tomb Raider. And everyone was like, yeah, got that. Understood.
So what they're trying to do now is unify the 2 timelines so that these 3...
prequels?
The three quote-unquote prequels lead into Tomb Raider 1 and so on.
Let me help them. You can't. It doesn't make sense.
Don't.
It doesn't work.
Just don't. There's no need to. Because that timeline is batshit crazy. Like, ending with Angel of Darkness, and then, you know what's the sad thing? The best Tomb Raiders were the 2 or 3 that came after Angel of Darkness. Because there was Tomb Raider Legend.
Yeah, which was a remake of the first one.
No, Legend wasn't the remake of the first one.
Yeah, wasn't it?
No,
there was a remake, though.
There was
was that called the Anniversary?
There was one where the storyline was all about her mother after they had died in a plane crash and everything had happened afterwards. Like, it was a whole separate storyline, and there was 2 or 3 games that followed. It was a trilogy, and it was fantastic. Like,
oh,
it was
the
really
PS3
good.
ones?
Yeah, the PS3, Xbox 360 ones.
There was
and
that Atlantis one, basically, or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
One was definitely Atlantis. Like, those 3 were fantastic. Like, those 2 are really good. And I think they are excluded from these timeline talks because we're only going up to Angel of Darkness in this.
Yeah.
Look, it's very weird. I don't understand how they can connect the prequels with all of a sudden she's in a tomb with dinosaurs.
I mean, to be fair,
easy. She shows up in a tomb with dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, they have been slightly. Even the original Tomb Raider reboot, the end of that whole game was very serious, and then at the end it got all mystical. So they've always been, and like Shadow. Oh no, Rise of Tomb Raider gets a little bit weirder. I still haven't played Shadow, even though I've got it.
I haven't touched Shadow,
but I'll get to it this year, I presume. I'm taking my time. Maybe this is
Shadow was a PS Plus game at some point, right?
Yeah, after I brought it last year.
Yeah,
a
few months.
I brought it for like
$15.
So I'm like,
it wasn't expensive. Yep.
Whatever. But I don't know what this means. How do we feel about the animated series taking place after the current trilogy and all that sort of stuff? Netflix?
Look, right now, what isn't getting an anime series on Netflix,
Nothing,
right?
yeah.
Like, it just seems like fucking Resident Evil, Witcher, Tomb Raider, Fast and Furious, like, just fucking everything. Just, next minute we're going to have, like, a Super Mario
I think we are. I think that's a thing.
I look forward to Crisis of the Tomb Raider, which merges all the timelines together.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Crisis on Infinite Laras.
Yeah.
Triangle boob.
I like to be on Infinite Laras. Yeah.
Imagine that the anime series just does that storyline, and in comes Triangle Boob Lara. And
Triangle Boob Lara comes in. She's so confused about the other ones that are all stood
They
there.
all point at each other. Yeah.
They're all appropriate anatomies. It's like, oh, okay.
I'm a monster. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. Obviously. The one thing is I don't like Netflix overuse of the word anime.
Yeah, none of it's anime.
Yeah.
None of it is anime.
I know it's very you could call all animation anime, but it's like, the same thing with champagne.
If
it's not made in France, it's not champagne.
It's the one thing you have to blame Legend of the Last Airbender for, Legend of Aang.
Yeah.
But did Nickelodeon claim that as anime?
No, but it's an honorary anime. Everybody thinks it's anime, but it's not.
Yeah.
But people just class it
was
as
made
anime
in Korea, even though it's written by an American team.
Yes.
Exactly. I think I know side tangent about anime at this stage, but so I remember when that came out and I used to get annoyed because I used to go into my local DVD store at the time, which doesn't exist anymore. It was like a weird, but anyway, there was the only place that sold anime and I had a little anime section. I used to find these fucking Legend of the Airbender DVDs in there, and because I never watched it, I used to be like, you fucking motherfucker, fucking get this shit out of my pure anime bliss.
Can I solve one thing though? You've watched Last Airbender?
No, I've watched Last Airbender.
Oh my god, Dylan.
Look, I'm only into
Look forward to Last Airbender rewatch.
I'm only
here
into
on these
weird
I feel like I need to do an anime book club.
But it's not
Dylan.
anime.
My god.
But so I think the thing collectively the world agreed upon at some stage because of that show was they were like, okay, so anime is no longer Japanese animation. We're now saying it's anything Asian.
That's serious.
Well, I was going to say, I think the thing got stretched. Okay, is it made anywhere in Asia? Okay, it's an anime. But then after that,
I don't think it's even that anymore.
Yeah, it's not even that anymore. That's why I feel like because it was made in Korea or whatever. I feel like that's when people fucking stretched it, and they're like, okay, anything that's made in Asia is now considered anime.
Words don't mean anything anymore. The minute they changed the meaning of literally to be both.
Look, I literally mean
literally and not literally.
I literally mean that I'm literally being very serious right now, and So yeah, but nowadays they're like, all these Netflix shows are like, this is anime, this is anime, this is anime. Anime is no longer a description of a cartoon that comes from a certain place. It's a style and a look, which yeah, I mean,
which even then it's like Beastars is like a different style, and that's still classed as anime, and then there's a whole bunch of
Anyway,
are we on What Do You Want to Watch, or are we on Arcade Game?
We're on B+ anime. I don't.
Only B+. Yeah.
Are you sure it's B+? I think it's C-, right?
On that tangent, can we also talk about they just announced a new director for the next Tomb Raider movie? They got Misha Cross from Lovecraft Country to come in and direct the next.
Yeah, I didn't have it
version,
but
I thought it was relevant just to bring up, seeing as we're touching on all the Tomb Raider stuff.
I like it, obviously. So originally it was supposed to be Ben Wheatley, which
Do you know what he's doing instead?
Is it the Meg 2? Yeah. So I had to test my knowledge. Yeah, so I'm keen to see what that looks like. So side tangent on that is him doing Meg 2 means that it'll be more what I wanted from the Meg, which means it'll actually be violent. So I'm kind of down for that. And by the way, because I rewatched that movie a couple weeks ago randomly, and I was Googling it to find out why the fuck that movie even exists. It's based on a book series, and there's like 8 fucking books. So I'm like, okay, I guess they're not just pulling a sequel out of their ass as source material. Anyway, Tomb Raider. Cool. It's exciting. I think that's a good pick for the director. I think Tomb Raider's always been directed by fucking dudes, so to have a woman come in and direct it is good. I mean, it's a fucking female.
Correct me, because I never watched the most recent Tomb Raider movie. Is this new Tomb Raider movie following on in that line?
Yeah, so it'll be a sequel.
Yes, it's a sequel.
Let me put it this way. If no one watched the Tomb Raider movie, it's the best Tomb Raider movie in my opinion. It's like a solid 6 or something like that, which in the term of video game movies is pretty okay. Alicia Vikander is great as Lara in the movie. The first half of it is pretty good, pretty great. In fact, there's one action sequence they literally just rip straight from the reboot of Tomb Raider, where if you remember the part where she goes into the plane and it falls down the waterfall and all that sort of stuff, they do that in the movie, literally exactly how it's done in the fucking game, and it's pretty epic. The movie just goes to shit the second it's like, here's our big villain who wants to rule the world, and I'm like, whatever. But for the most part, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So. There you go, Ciaran. Skip some anime for a day. Check out the.
I'm good, thanks. I found more anime to watch recently, so
Yeah, turned on ABC because all that's anime now. Yeah.
Is it really?
Anything that's cartoons is anime, I think. I don't know.
I can't
It's
remember.
Bluey. Is Bluey anime?
Yeah, fuck it. It's Australian anime.
God, Bluey.
Yeah.
It's Aussie anime. Yeah, there you go. Smashing it.
Let's get it on the top of those lists.
Yeah, everyone get Australia's #1 anime trending.
I don't think anime could be Australian because you can't abbreviate something that's already been like abbreviated.
AAA, bro.
No, it's just Annie here in Australia.
It's fucking Australian anime as. Can't.
Yeah.
All right, next news.